I use open questions to challenge my students. In my Year 8 class, the students really enjoy a challenge. I like to ask how questions and why questions. How can there be a river in a desert? Questions like that really extend and transform students' knowledge. And in asking these questions, I learn a lot about what the students know and what they don't know. And that helps me focus my lessons and my questionings.
Open questions are really important because they allow for me to see where the students are at in their knowledge, what gaps in their knowledge there are, what misconceptions they may have. It allows for real student input because we're not playing the game of guess what answer the teacher wants, because all answers are considered and listened to, and in that sense we can build on their knowledge.
I think that open-ended questions actually allow for children to develop their higher order thinking skills. I found that with the little ones, they're actually able to see now that things aren't just black and white. There isn't just a right or a wrong answer to things. And they are now beginning to ask each other, well, if somebody has a response, they might even say, well, what if, or how about? So they're actually, it's actually helped them in their own discussions as well. I think it's been a really positive language experience. They're speaking to each other on different levels, and we can have more adult discussions even with the little preps. And I think that if I hadn't demonstrated that to the children by prompting and asking them the open questions, then they wouldn't be doing that themselves.
The role of open questions in my classroom are twofold. I use open questions to gain more complex thinking skills through my students. I try to use higher order thinking skills in the classroom. So questions, I try and base questions around those sorts of things. And so it develops an atmosphere of discussion within the classroom, and it helps with peer teaching because the children are listening to other children give their responses. It also helps in that the children don't believe that there's one right or wrong answer, so they feel a bit freer to give a response and not feel pressured that this might be the right answer or the wrong answer, because they understand there is no such thing as a right or wrong answer.